Cafe. We'll be taking feedback from our listeners. Chris Joy Mulindwa says, we support the work you do, but your continuous actions of forcing Ugandans to accept dirty behaviors like homosexuality makes us wonder. Do you have an answer for Chris Joy Mulindwa? Do you have an answer for him?
Yeah, I think there's a big issue now, and I think we should be very clear about it. We are not looking at a right to homosexuality. We are looking at human rights for everybody. So we are talking about the rights to life, the rights to security, the rights to education, the rights to health, and nothing else. And if anybody wants to deny that to a person, we cannot allow that. That would be not correct, because human rights are universal. And the second answer I want to give, in a democracy, it is not just the majorities who are having a say. A democracy is measured how much it is protecting minorities and how much it is giving rights to minorities. So if we're taking away basic human rights from individuals, that should not happen and should not be allowed by anybody. And the government is fully accomplishing with that, ratifying a recommendation at the UPR which says that discrimination against everybody, even sexual minorities, is not allowed by the government, and if there is assault against LGBT persons, the government would investigate and sanction it. That was recommended by the Universal Periodic Review, and the government accepted it because it's the right position.
Okay. Johnny Ngovi has this similar comment. I'll just read it. You don't have to respond to it. He says, the UN lady will soon tell us how gays' rights should be taken care of. Otherwise, our human rights are abused every day by our rulers. Patrick, do you want to respond to him? Yes, ma'am.
You know, the issue of rights abuse of every Ugandan, it's a very serious concern, and indeed everybody has a right. It is maybe picking up from what Bridget has said, is on the issue of even when we look at the Uganda government is very, very sharp enough that if they want to pass a draconian law, they will phrase it out in a very good manner that is appealing to the public. If you look at the bill itself, the anti-homosexuality bill, on the face of it and the name looks so appealing that they want to address this issue called homosexuality, but underneath they are putting a lot of issues that will actually convict every Ugandan, whether you are a homosexuality or not. So, political parties, if you are a landlord, that if someone sleeps in your house and you are not, and you don't go to the report to the police, then you can be charged. Who monitors everybody's houses? Who goes to people's houses to do? So these are some of the issues that people need to. And if you're a teacher and you don't know that your child, if you're a parent or a doctor, actually, that if you treat, a doctor treats someone who is a gay and the doctor does not report to the police, then the doctor can be charged. So what is that? And this whole thing is not being told to the public. So they just come up with a block of things so that they're appealing to the
bill should be discussed without emotion. That's what you're saying. Yeah. It should be looked at the substance of the bill, not the emotion.
The whole thing has very many unconstitutionality, issues of discrimination, and the rest of the issues that have been.
Chobe Sara, who is the public affairs assistant at the Uganda Media Center, says these guys bring out unbalanced reports most of the times. That is, they always say the government violates people's rights, ignoring the opposition side. That is, they destroy people's property, business, and bring country at a standstill. Isn't violating people's rights? Isn't violation of people's rights?
Who violates rights? And this has been a great concern, and people have actually put it in most cases. I think Bridget has said it, that people have rights but also have responsibilities, and nobody says that if people are demonstrating, meet a vehicle, stone it, beat someone to death, that we promote that
or injure them.
No, human rights does not believe in that, but human rights it believes in respect for all individuals. For example, we've had situations where rallies have been organized, however peaceful they might be, and you find we have actually even said it in the past that maybe perhaps the state needs to investigate when you organize a peaceful rally and people come and antagonize the rally, and then you say we are banning rallies because people, when they meet, something is going to happen and they're going to destroy these things. How sure are we that actually it may not be people organize, you go and disorganize that rally, so at the next day we don't organize a rally somewhere else? These are some of the things that we need to look into. We need to be broad in terms of our thinking, not to be narrowly looking at things from that narrow point of view.
But
and the reason the police exists is to make sure that when something like a rally takes place, it doesn't degenerate into violence, that somebody who's selling tomatoes by the roadside can still go ahead and sell their tomatoes if they're not part of the of the rally or the march. And that is what police is supposed to do. It doesn't do that. It does the opposite. It breaks up the rally. It doesn't even provide the initial protection and so things fall apart and then they want to turn around and blame. So it's a failure which they should just own up to and not
and address it. And
passing the buck to
20 seconds on the same issue.
On the 22nd, the unbalanced reports. The only one who can violate human rights is the government and not the opposition. The opposition can commit crimes, but who has the responsibility to protect the citizens? That is the government. That's why it's elected. That's why it has the power. So we should have that understanding of human rights. Other things are crimes in the Criminal Code Act.
Ronald Semanda says,
in other words, the police should be able to arrest anybody who breaks into somebody's shop under the guise of a demonstration. Pick him up, go and charge him. Otherwise, those who are not breaking the law, who are marching, let them march. What's the problem?
there was an interesting experience when people had to put up their hands to show that they are not demonstrators. Ronald Semanda says, what's the step forward to crimes during the insurgency, and what are your steps to educate the masses on gender-based violence? Ronald Semanda.
Yes, you're talking about transitional justice. That means that the victims have a right to justice, to the truth, what was happening. And actually, the jealous institutions, they are designing a transitional justice policy with a truth-telling mechanism included, and also reparation mechanisms and a justice mechanism. The ICD, the International Crime Division of the High Court, was already set, but now we have a problem of the amnesty law that is expiring in May, which mainly impedes that the big fishes who were committing the crimes against the persons in northern Uganda can be judged. So there has to be an amendment to the bill, at least, to make it possible to have processes that are making justice to victims.